Folks, we are back with another episode of Live from the Lounge with Jeff, a.k.a. Freen37. So, it's been a little while since I've actually gotten anything posted, which is unfortunate, but we have just been doing so much work right now on the server, between Bowd and I, and then a few other little things that have been going on. Really, all I'm doing right now is I'm going to be making a little bit of an introduction right now, and then I've got some footage that I gotta run that we took while Bowd and I were working on quite a bit of a build. So, as you can see down here, we are underneath the dual spawners, and got a bit of a melon farm running, and I've got this handy-dandy thing set up. It's probably not the most efficient set of redstone and contraptions ever, but it's doing the trick. So, on the other side is a little pressure plate. Pops out items. As you can see, I'm almost out. Whoops. And when something crosses the plate, this gets triggered, and something shoots out. The thing is, since only so many of the zombies or skeletons that come out can actually pick anything up, oh, there it goes. It starts to get washed down, and that's a problem, because then I just waste a bunch of items. They just eventually despawn, or one mob would get, 3 different items, and that's also equally kind of a problem, because then you just start to load up the mob. So what this does is it cycles the items back into the system now that the hoppers are in, which is really nice. The hoppers pick the items back up from the trail if it gets too far, and then it shoots it back up through here in the droppers and tosses it back into this chest here. So, once that happens, making sure this isn't clogged real quick, yep. Once that happens, it goes right back into the dropper here, and starts all over. And then this is, of course, my pumpkin patch to fill up the dropper. Spent plenty of time in front of that. It was not fun. So we're going to take a little trip back. Essentially, it's just some signs. I should probably... Whoa, no! Oh man, I've been doing that too much lately. We hit 1.6 since this has been posted, and I'm not used to all the mechanics with the getting on and getting off things. But anyway, signs here are holding up the water and keeping a flow going in the right direction the way they're set up. Underneath is a solid trail of ice in hopes of slightly speeding up the process, but I am not entirely sure if it's doing anything or if it was a waste of my time to get so much ice. But, whatever. So, if you'll notice, my texture pack is back to default. Again, we're in 1.6, and I haven't actually taken the time yet. We've been so busy running around with other stuff to convert my old texture packs into resource packs, and I really, really need to get back my clear glass. Oh, he's got a torch. He'll be okay. My clear glass texture pack. I didn't realize how much I'd miss it until I saw a large quantity of glass. So, one advantage of working on a castle that doesn't have any windows. So we got this pipeline set up. It took quite a long time. We spent most of the night arranging this, and then leading it all the way up to the castle's dungeon. Those are just arrows, to have a holding cell. Now, we tested it out, and I've got our test run. Actually, it's going to play at the end. I've got our test run, and we realized that we have a lot of zombies, but they all come out of one place, and it really lowers the difficulty of trying to do a PvE sort of fight. For those of you that are not nerdy MMO players, player versus environment fights. So then we set up a second holding cell, and all you have to do is just toggle before you go down to the spawners which cell they're going to fill up once you let the spawners run. So right now it's set up to fill the second pen. Give you a run around here so you can see a little bit of that. And then the water runs on over to this ladder here, and shoots out up there. So, that is all I am going to say for today. I'll try not to look at too much. Oh my goodness. And there you can see them all bunched up in there, ready to kill me. A little bit afraid to get close, because they have hit me through the bars before. But, yeah. I'm quite pleased with how this is working. It's really going to be one heck of a zombie apocalypse. The one thing I don't know is whether or not, with the new zombie mechanics, if beating those zombies up in the cells is going to spawn new ones, which would be even better, to up the difficulty. So, with that, I'm going to shut up. We are going to roll a little bit of footage, and then we will come back to see the test run of the single holding cell versus Bowden and I. So, enjoy. Bye. Well, that didn't pan out. Wanted to play something over the back of this. However, A, this is like 15 minutes of building, and B, it's almost impossible to find affordable royalty-free music that isn't complete and total crap. Spent way too much time tonight already looking for music. I've done this once before, but at least then I had a segment of video that was not impossible to cover up with one song. However, that one song cost me an arm and a leg just to use it in one video that maybe 5 people will see. Very disappointed. Good luck to everyone else out there. If anyone has any suggestions, God, I'd love to hear them. Because I hate having to talk over time-lapse videos. But frankly, I felt that it was important that this was shown. Oh, my throat. Right now, Bowden and I are just working on some more pieces of the castle here in the dungeon. Kind of working on almost like a catacombs and a kind of your most dangerous or secretive prisoners kind of area, the ones that you don't want ever to see the light of day. So that's what I'm digging out here. My pick really got a run for its money while we were working on this dungeon, that's for sure. I'm still absolutely frustrated beyond my wits' ends about this whole music debacle. Cave. Spider. No. Words. They'll come to you. Silverfish, thank you. It's like 5 in the morning, and I should be going to sleep soon, but I am determined to get this video up come hell or high water. So, that's why I'm still doing this. But yeah, terribly frustrated by this whole royalty-free music thing. I've gone to probably a dozen or more different sites in hopes of finding something that was reasonable in price, but they're like all between $30 and $50 for a single song, and most of them are maybe 5 minutes, which means, let's assume the middle of the road $40, this episode could have potentially cost me, about $120, and that's never gonna happen, especially since I barely make enough money as it is to pay my bills. So, here we are. I hope you're enjoying the music that I will inevitably put in the background, but I'm sure it's just more terribly exciting stock Minecraft music. I don't know if that tile up there was the best choice because of the weird lighting glitch that it has, but it was tolerable. So, we've had 1.6 release as of yesterday now, despite when this video is airing and what content we are currently experiencing, but very excited for all the stuff that's come with that. We've been super busy. Yeah, I didn't like how that looked, did I? No, I didn't. What did I do here? Oh yeah, I took that out later. Yep, that did fly. It's bad, I'm getting sidetracked watching my own video. But, I don't want to just be randomly talking if I am not at least somewhat paying attention to what should be going on at the moment. I think Bowden's up above right now putting in more cells, so we're both working on this. We literally spent almost an entire night, and I just decided about halfway through what we were doing at the time that I should just time-lapse a bunch of this. So this is actually about 40 minutes of footage condensed to a little less than half of that. I think I'm running at 2.5 speed right now instead of, you know, the obvious standard 1. As I mentioned earlier, we got the pipeline all set up. I even showed the split in the pipeline of the second holding cell, but nobody got to see how any of this looks currently, and it's really much more polished, the dungeon, because we've spent more time on it since this was recorded initially. I'll be excited to kind of show off everything that we've done. On top of that, we've got additional towers kind of coming to fruition and things like that, so this castle is really consuming us, kind of, best way to put it. So I wanted to show at least as much work as we can, despite the fact that there's so much work to be done. It almost can only be done this way, and it's unfortunate because I would love to just play some decent music, chill, and watch us go crazy. So the worst thing is that I'm pretty much focusing entirely on that catacomb area, and you've missed out on all the stairs getting set up, on most of the cells up top getting placed, things like that. I think other things you're going to miss during this footage. I'm explaining to Bowden right now what I want with those different hallways, and I think yelling at him for how closely spaced those cells were. Anyway, one of the other things that I think you're probably going to miss is I redstoned up the entry doors a little bit. There are now 3 of them inside the dungeon that lead to outer hallways, and it's mostly just to better set the timing. On top of that, we've got some hidden passages, things like that. What we're thinking of doing with this space, once it's completed, is not only will there be a massive player versus zombie fight inside, what we'd like to do ideally is, after we defeat all the zombies, kind of do a free-for-all with whoever's on with us, and do sort of a last man standing PvP match. Stupid zombie knocking me off the edge. Right back there in that corner is actually where the second holding cell is now. It's right through that left one. The one, yeah. Straight through there. The problem was that when we unleashed the initial zombies, they're all ground floor, they're all at the very base of this dungeon. And unfortunately, A, because of the quantity of zombies, some of them got pushed into a pit, which makes them completely useless, and B, because it's a single tier and there are all the stairways, it's kind of unfortunate, but it's certainly decreased the difficulty. Now, given the new updates, mechanics with zombies, I'm not sure, but I'd like to know if previously caged zombies will also affect will also be affected the same way as newly spawned ones, where, you know, if you beat them, it'll call for other ones, or spawn new ones, or whatever the case exactly is with them. I'm not sure. It seems to almost be like a combination of the two things. But, if the new mechanic works appropriately with the current zombies we have caged, it's going to be amazing, because then it's just going to be massive, massive zombie apocalypse going on right now. The one nice thing about building this is it kind of kept us on our toes. There were monsters everywhere the whole time. It was a lot of fun to fight with them. Have them kind of sneaking up behind you. Another creeper. They really like that spot over there, so we had to change the lighting setup. The other thing is we kind of wanted to take out as many torches as possible and use a more natural feeling light setup. So in the next iteration of this dungeon that will come after this, we've taken out most all of the torches, at least on this stone side with all the bricks here. We've put in a lot of open flames, things like that, and tried to space them out so they seemed interesting and added kind of an appropriate amount of light. That one works nicely, and then the other one doesn't. I was very annoyed to find that out when the second one did not work out as well for the lighting. One of the other things that we were kind of striving to do, not only just with the dungeon, I'm sure I'm explaining something about it, but I can't tell you what, I don't remember. Another thing we were striving to do with the dungeon, and also the rest of the castle, is try to keep in as much of the natural terrain and elements, make it feel like it was really integrated into the world. And the next time we actually are in the dungeon, more complete than it is now, wow, there's a lot of fire and darkness. You'll actually see where we have a lot of natural looking rock ledges and little outcroppings and things like that going on. The side behind us that's not lit up yet, we took a little bit more of a I don't know what you'd want to call it. We took a different approach anyway, and instead of doing carefully finished stone brick, there's wood, like slab, plank, walkways, and things like that, and we're going to have had the cells almost put into the wall as opposed to be on an open tier like in the stone brick side, so they'll be much more hidden, but I think will make for a good addition. You'll understand when you see it. Also, we cleared out a ton of this and farmed up some more TNT, more gunpowder to make TNT, I should say, and blasted quite the size of a hole, and then filled a crap ton of lava in. It's good times, good times. The project we did after this, I wish I had been recording it. We decided we needed kind of a magic tower, kind of an arcane place, where we can put in our nether portal and our alchemy station and enchanting and all that. And I think that's turned out really nicely. I'll be excited to show that off. But there was so much work done on it. I really wish we had actually... What am I doing? Yeah, that's where the holding cell's going to go, right in that hole, pretty much. I wish we'd recorded it, like the making of it, because we did so much work all in one night again, much like we did here, and I think it looks pretty nice the way it is so far. It needs some finishing touches, and we need a crap load of bookshelves yet. We had to go on a breeding frenzy in the nether with cows in hopes of getting more leather, because we haven't really stockpiled a ton of it. Yeah, right now we're just clearing out the holding cell, and then kind of walling off some sections for the first zombie cage, which is what will then be released at the end of the video. So, we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, I think I'm discussing with him how this will work. Perfect. Look at that. Just amazing. Cut a little slit in the back corner here. That's where the pipeline leads out to. Right about there. Apparently I refuse to break it. That, or I think what I'm doing is, oh yeah, we're getting the coordinates. Because very soon we break off from doing this and we start work on the actual pipeline. We didn't have it even begun when we started doing this. We wanted a good place for it to come out to, and we realized we should just build down toward it. Otherwise it was probably not going to go the way we wanted it to. What am I making? More doors. Oh, okay. Went through a lot of iron doing all this. Not from the bars, because we farmed up so many bars from strongholds that I just have stacks and stacks of iron bars. But doors, I never think to pull a lot of them out of strongholds. Just because they're kind of a waste of inventory space. I wish things like doors would stack better. There we have our 4 auto cookers, which I set up just before pretty much doing this. Alright everybody, we are here, and we are going to do the test run of Zombie Apocalypse. This lever here, that asks very nicely not to use, will release that horde of pumpkin-wearing zombies. I believe there's some skeletons in there, so hopefully we don't suck too much. We have, for sake of this test, only been equipped with a helmet and man pants, a couple iron swords, and a bow, with only 1 stack of arrows with which to save ourselves. Now, the dungeon itself is not double tap indeed. You know, we just watched that movie. It's been a while since I've seen it. It was good stuff. Yeah. Anyway. Dungeon's not entirely finished. Still a lot to work on, but it's coming along nicely. But we just wanted to make sure that the hordes were set to an appropriate difficulty with that number. It is packed full anymore, and they start backing up down the pipeline. So, without further ado, they are released. Alright, Bowden. Oh my god! Holy crap! There's so many, they're falling down the pit. Holy oh my god. Ah! Run, Bowden! I will save you! As best I can! I'm wasting all of my arrows. Oh, this is nuts! Oh crap, I missed one. I haven't even had to aim up until, like, just now. They've just been coming so crazily. Alright, I gotta stop wasting my arrows. Run away! This is pretty awesome. Oh, man. Would you... Don't shoot me! We're gonna need to, put in a collection chest down next to the room, I think, to pick up all their stuff with. Because there's so much junk that they're dropping. I don't think people are gonna have space in their inventories to, recollect all the pieces for me to put them back in the mechanism. You know, Bowden, I don't think any of that... Okay, it did come through. When I looked at vent for like half a second, my little icon had died. So much stuff. Oh, man. Oh, well, there's still a bunch of them down on the walkway. On the
in the pit. Apparently the skellies are not too bright. 3 of them, not 2. Oh crap, that one's got a sword! I feel like the skeletons are far more dangerous than the, the zombies are. I was thinking about making up a bunch of stone swords, and I put in a little trapdoor up above this mountain so we could drop in stuff if we wanted to give them like splash potions or anything. Like, you could feasibly give them like a speed potion to make them super fast and kind of, you know, harder that way, which might be fun. Or I was actually debating on just to be a dick to somebody, throwing in like a potion of invisibility and then popping the gates. But that would be just terrifying, I think. I'm curious to know. Oh, I wish I could have found out how many arrows I actually went through, because I ended up with 45 again. And I'm sure that there's just no way that I only spent, you know, like a quarter stack. And I think I actually used more arrows than you did, because I was just going crazy while you were trying to stab them. You know, that's the only thing that I'm really concerned with in this dungeon is, creepers. Because it's not going to be well enough lit to, stop spawns once I get done with everything. Oh, random zombie. Alright. Well, that wasn't a bad test run. So, with that, I'm gonna cut the video here, and, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.